I tried. Now, I don't know if you realize it or not, but Alabama has the best superintendent of education in America today. Now, I'm like all politicians. All of the progress you've made over the last few years, I take full credit. But I actually spoke to a group, drink the water. Spoke to a group down in Mobile today. And when I walked in, a reporter came up and said, I was watching television this morning, and they said, someone from Michigan says we need to look at Alabama to learn what to do. They were talking about economic development, but I told them, we've had a great run in economic development, but it pales in comparison to what we've done in education in the state of Alabama. If you look at where we were in, I'm older than Joe, so I can say this. No one in this room ever lived in this state when we were any higher than 48th or 49th in reading and math scores. Ever. Because of the reading program, the math program, math and science program, Amstack, so many of you in here are doing it. Because of our distance learning program, we've always had the best schools in America. And that's not me speaking, we really have. But we had 50% of the schools in this state that never had an AP class. When my kids went to school, Mary Bruce remembers, you could take physics or you could take chemistry, but you couldn't take both. Because of these programs, today we really are making a difference in children's lives all across the state. But we're not doing it. You're doing it. But you're doing something that really is going to change Alabama fundamentally for a generation. I'm going to get political for a moment. These programs that all of you work so hard on, programs like this one, board certification is huge, but they are all outside of the foundation program. And you're going to have an option this year, and I hope you go back and tell everyone in your community, vote for this rainy day fund. Because if we don't, we're going back to the same type model, the same type of system that we've had before. And it's always been like this. We start great programs, the economy dips, what happens? You cut the programs because it's not a part of the foundation program. But it's the programs out there that are moving us ahead. When the Secretary of Education of the United States says there is more reform going on in Alabama than any other state in the nation, let's keep it going. The only thing we're asking, this is not an additional appropriation, it's like running a business and having a line of credit. When the economy does dip down, it allows us to go in, take money that is already ours, and just level it out. Now we've got to pay it back. But the very idea, and everyone watches television, you know what's going on the national level. Alabama's not going to be impacted as much as a lot of places because we have a lot going on economically. But it makes no sense for us not to get out and do everything we can to protect the very programs that are going to be jeopardized if we don't. This sounds like pandering. Believe me, it's not. Of everything I get to do as governor, I had rather go to a school than anything I do. Because you guys are remarkable, and there is an enthusiasm in K through 12 like I have never seen before. Every school that I go in today, people are excited about it. We've proven now that we're not only going to be competitive, we're going to win. Now, when you go from 48th to 36th, and that was just from ARI, and about half the schools, watch what happens. People have told me all of my life, you'll never compete with Connecticut, with Iowa. Sure you can. We not only can compete with them, we can win. But the only way that we're going to win, and we got a national teacher here to prove it, is for us to keep doing what we're doing. I hope every one of you will go back and talk to the other teachers in your school, talk to the other people in your community and say, look, if we keep doing what we're doing today, we are going to make a difference. Are we going to be able to get a raise this year? I recommend it. I don't know if Joel will approve it tonight. But we're trying. If you look back over the last few years, we have made so much progress. The extra week is going to make a difference. But today, all of our teachers are averaging 21% more than they did 4 years ago. I was hoping we could get to a different level this year. It's going to be tough to do unless the economy turns around. If you listen to some of the economists, they say the first quarter of next year may be better. I hope so. But whatever we do, let's don't give up these programs. We're doing things today. Do you realize that we will be the only state in the union next year, when we start school next year, that will have video conferencing and distance learning labs in every high school in the state? No other state can say that. And it's offering opportunities that otherwise wouldn't exist. I know how hard you worked. No, I don't. But you know it. To get this certification. That says something about you as individuals. It says a lot about your family, because I know how hard you work to accomplish this. I don't want to ever go back. I don't want to ever go back to the time that we don't pay for excellence. And when you strive and do this and make this, let's keep it going, because there's a whole new generation of people, and we're learning every day. What was the attrition rate this year?
Less than 2% with the mentoring.
We mentored for the first time. You know what it cost out of a $6 billion budget, $3 million. But all of a sudden, rather than having 10, 15, 20% attrition rates, our first year teachers this time was down to 2%. That's the kind of fundamental challenge or changes that we're making. It changes this education system. We can do it, but it's going to take people like you. 4 kids that I raised, Patsy and I raised. Patsy raised one of them. One of them could be a teacher. The other 3 never could. I honestly believe that there is an absolute calling for teachers. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I'd have the patience to do it. But no matter what programs we have, it all gets back to what each one of you think about that child individually. And I have never been more proud than to open up this, your governor's mansion, to host this every year, because it really is rewarding people for being the best of the best. And for that, I want to tell you on behalf of all the kids out there that will never tell you, thank you very much. Make yourself at home.